Your cat is trying to tell you something right now, not with words, not with a text message, not even with a sound, but with their behavior. And here's the scary part. Most cat owners completely miss it. They see it, they notice it, and then they think, oh, that's just my cat being weird. But what if it's not weird? What if that one small change in behavior is actually your cat screaming at you for help, in the only language they know? Today, we're breaking down 8 cat behaviors you should never ignore. Some of these might surprise you. Some might even make you want to go check on your cat right now. Stay with me, because number 5 is one almost every cat owner gets completely wrong. Number 1, sudden hiding. Let's start with one of the most overlooked behaviors out there. Sudden hiding. Now, cats love their alone time, we all know that. Your cat curling up in a cozy corner or napping under the bed occasionally. Totally normal. But here's where you need to pay close attention. The key word is sudden. If your cat, who normally follows you around the house or lounges on the couch beside you, suddenly starts disappearing for hours, that is not normal. That is a signal. When cats feel sick, their instinct kicks in hard. In the wild, showing weakness makes you a target. So what do cats do? They hide. They tuck themselves away somewhere dark, quiet, and isolated. Not because they want alone time, but because their body is telling them something is wrong. Sudden hiding can also be triggered by stress or fear. A new pet in the house, a change in your schedule, loud noises, a move to a new home, all of these can push a cat into hiding mode. They feel threatened, and retreating feels like the safest option. So, what should you do? Don't just leave them alone and assume they'll come out when they're ready. Gently check on them. Look for other signs. Are they eating? Are they moving normally? Is their breathing okay? A hiding cat is a cat that's asking for space, yes, but it's also a cat that might be asking for help. Number 2, refusing food. Here's something every cat owner needs to hear clearly. Cats should not skip meals. Unlike dogs, who will eat through stress, boredom, or just out of habit, cats are more sensitive when it comes to food. If your cat is refusing to eat, something is up. Now, missing one meal here and there might not be a red flag. But if your cat has gone more than 24 hours without eating, that is a situation you need to take seriously, especially because cats are uniquely vulnerable to a condition called hepatic lipidosis, or fatty liver disease, which can develop surprisingly fast when they stop eating. So what causes a loss of appetite? It could be illness, anything from a simple stomach bug to something more serious going on internally. It could be dental pain, which is incredibly common in cats and often goes undiagnosed because cats are so good at hiding discomfort. Or it could be stress. Cats are creatures of routine, and even small disruptions can kill their appetite. Check their mouth if you can. Look for drooling, pawing at the face, or any reluctance to chew. And if the food refusal goes on longer than a day, don't wait. Get them to a vet. Your cat not eating isn't them being picky. It's them waving a red flag. Number 3, excessive meowing. Cats are not big talkers by nature. Interestingly, adult cats mostly develop meowing as a way to communicate with humans, not with other cats. So, when your cat is meowing constantly, they're not just making noise, they are directly trying to tell you something. Occasional meowing for food or attention, completely normal. But excessive, persistent, or unusually loud meowing is a different story. In younger cats, non-stop vocalizing can signal discomfort or pain. They can't point to where it hurts, so they vocalize. A lot. In older cats, sudden excessive meowing can be a sign of cognitive dysfunction, essentially feline dementia. Older cats can become confused, disoriented, and anxious, especially at night. That loud, mournful howling you sometimes hear from senior cats at 2 a.m. That's not them being annoying, that's them feeling genuinely lost and scared. Excessive meowing can also come from hypothyroidism, high blood pressure, or sensory loss like hearing or vision problems. All of these are conditions that need medical attention. So the next time your cat won't stop talking, listen, really listen, because they're trying to have a conversation with you, and it might be the most important one you've ever had. Number 4, sudden aggression. This one stops a lot of cat owners cold, and for good reason. You know your cat. You know their personality. So when a cat that has always been calm, gentle and affectionate suddenly starts hissing, swatting or biting, it's jarring. And the instinct for most people is to think the cat is just being difficult or moody. But sudden aggression in a previously calm cat is almost always rooted in something real. Pain is the number one cause. When a cat is hurting, whether it's arthritis, an injury, an internal issue, they become defensive. They don't want to be touched because touch equals pain. So when you reach out to pet them and they snap at you, they're not being mean. They're protecting a wound you can't see. Fear is another major trigger. If something has changed in their environment, a new animal, a new person, rearranged furniture, even a new smell, a cat can go into a defensive state that looks a lot like aggression. And territorial stress, especially in multi-cat households, can cause sudden behavioral shifts too. The key thing to remember is this: aggression is not a personality flaw in a cat. It's a symptom. Treat it like one. Number 5, following you everywhere. Okay, here's the one I promised you, and here's where most cat owners get it wrong. When your cat starts following you from room to room, sitting outside the bathroom door, jumping onto your lap every time you sit down, most people think it's adorable. My cat loves me so much. And sometimes, yes, it absolutely is love and attachment. Cats form deep bonds with their owners, and some cats are simply more social and clingy by nature. But sudden new clinginess that wasn't there before, that's worth paying attention to. Cats can develop separation anxiety, especially after a major change. A new baby, a move, a change in your work schedule. If your cat is anxious, following you everywhere gives them a sense of security. There's also a fascinating phenomenon where cats seem to sense emotional or physical changes in their owners. There are countless accounts of cats becoming unusually attentive just before their owner became seriously ill. Whether cats can detect illness through scent changes, behavioral shifts, or something else entirely, scientists are still studying it, but the pattern is real. So if your independent cat suddenly can't let you out of their sight, don't just enjoy the extra cuddles. Ask yourself, what changed? And is my cat okay? Number 6, sleeping much more than usual. Before you think, but cats sleep all the time, you're right. Cats sleep between 12 and 16 hours a day on average. Some sleep even more. So this behavior is easy to dismiss. But here's the thing, you know your cat's normal. You know roughly when they're active, when they play, when they come looking for food or attention. And when that pattern shifts, when a cat that normally has bursts of energy throughout the day suddenly seems to do nothing but sleep, that shift matters. Excessive sleeping can be a sign of illness, particularly infections, anemia, or organ issues that are draining your cat's energy. It can also signal depression. Yes, cats can experience depression, especially after the loss of a companion, a change in the household, or a lack of stimulation. In older cats, increased sleep can also be part of the natural aging process, but it can also accompany conditions like kidney disease or thyroid issues that are very manageable if caught early. Trust your gut on this one. If your cat feels off, if the energy just isn't there the way it usually is, don't dismiss it. A quick vet check can tell you a lot. Number 7, tail flicking or lashing. A cat's tail is basically a mood thermometer, and most people don't know how to read it. Slow, gentle tail movement. Your cat is relaxed or curious. A tail held high, confidence and contentment, but rapid flicking or hard lashing of the tail is a completely different message. When a cat's tail is whipping back and forth quickly, they are telling you, clearly, that they are irritated, overstimulated, or frustrated. This is not a happy tail. This is a warning. A lot of people miss this cue during petting. You're stroking your cat, everything seems fine, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, they bite or scratch you. But it wasn't out of nowhere. Their tail was lashing, their skin was rippling, their ears were flattening. They gave you every signal. The problem is most owners don't know the language. Learning to read tail behavior can literally save you from scratches, but more importantly, it can help you understand your cat's emotional state on a deeper level. A constantly lashing tail might mean your cat is regularly overstimulated or stressed, and that's worth addressing. Number 8, sudden clinginess. We've talked about following you everywhere, but sudden clinginess goes a step further. This is when a cat that has always been independent, aloof, or on their own terms, with affection, suddenly starts pressing against you, headbutting you repeatedly, or seeking constant physical contact. It can feel like a sweet change, but it's often something more. Cats that feel unwell sometimes seek closeness as a form of comfort. Just like humans want to be near someone they love when they don't feel good, cats do too. It's a vulnerable behavior, and it means they trust you completely in that moment. There's also something remarkable here. Some cats become clingy because they are responding to you. If you've been going through a hard time emotionally, if your stress levels are high, if something in your life has shifted, your cat may feel it before you've even fully processed it yourself. Cats are incredibly attuned to the emotional energy of their home. So sudden clinginess from your cat might not just be about them. It might be their quiet way of saying, "I'm here, I've got you." Cats rarely communicate with words. Instead, they use behavior. Every flick of the tail, every change in appetite, every moment of unusual hiding or unexpected clinginess, it all means something. And when something changes, it's often their way of telling you that something isn't right. Or sometimes, that something in your world isn't right either. The 8 behaviors we covered today aren't just quirks, they're conversations. And once you learn to listen to them, your relationship with your cat changes completely. You stop reacting and start understanding. So the next time your cat does one of these things, pause. Don't brush it off. Don't assume it's just a phase. Pay attention, because sometimes the smallest behaviors carry the biggest messages.